we study till now? We study different aspects of the revolt of 1857, starting from its causes. What did we study in the revolt of 1857 first? We studied its causes. What were its causes? Then we highlighted different social, economic and political aspects and saw how those aspects, the social, political, economic, administrative, and how did they create a sibling discontent among the Indian masses. Did we see it? Yes, we did see it. Then, afterwards, what did we see? We saw that this revolt did not remain confined to Delhi, rather it spread over to different regional centers where different feudal lords and different chiefs took over the revolt, like in Bihar, Kanwar Singh, or in other parts. We have seen that, we do not need to discuss it further. Then afterwards, what did we see? We saw how it was suppressed. And in suppression, we saw the different reasons why Britishers were able to suppress it as quickly as possible. Then we saw various reasons. One was that the policy approach adopted by the Britishers was organized as compared to Indians. And militarily, their skill was much more competent as compared to Indians. And we saw that the region-wise, the storm centers of this revolt remained confined to North India, did not propagate to South India, nor propagate to Northwest. Had Punjab participated in this revolt, maybe things would have been different, because Punjab was that time a good state and had a proper trained army in Punjab. We had a proper trained army in Punjab at that particular time. Then after separation, we studied about the nature of the revolt. What did we study in the nature of the revolt? How did different historians and how did different the scholars interpret this revolt? Then we saw the perspective of Indian scholars as well as British scholars. Where we saw that the Indian perspective was that it was a popular uprising, and somehow some added, like V.D. Savarkar added, that it was also a national war of independence. But when we see the Britishers aspect, if we compare with the British aspect, what did they really confine it, that they made it as a religious controversy or restrict its domain to sepoy mutiny, did not go beyond that. This is what we have seen now, till now. But what remains important for us to see that what happened after 1857, that is whether did Britishers change their attitude after revolt of 1857, or what happened with the Indian masses or the Indian princes that participated in the revolt? How did British approach towards those princely states, and how did Britishers change their policy in the long run? That remains to be seen. If we see that immediately what Britishers did was they passed some constitutional reforms which aimed to restructure Indian administrative and political structure. If we see that, we have seen that Government of India Act 1858, that was passed very immediately. It was followed by 1861, then 1892. We have a slew of measures in these Government of India Acts that we are going to see. Then, similarly, some administrative policies were also laid down. Administrative overhaul. If we see what administrative overhaul was done, there was reorganization in the military. The ratio of Indians to Europeans, that was lowered. And similar thing was done in these civil service aspects. So, officers का level भी Indian officers, क्योंकि India after this 1853 when competition was made fairly open, Indians participated in those civil service examination, and Satyanarayana Tagore in fact got ranked first in one of the examination. When Britishers saw that that the number of Indians in the administration is rising. What did they do? They went for overhaul of that administration aspect as well. Similarly, policy-wise, they made some retributions. If we see the policy-wise, if we are able to comprehend that they would try to break that unity. What are the most comprehensive feature of revolt of 1857? It was Hindu-Muslim unity. What would Britishers try to do? They would try to create a divide, gulf between Hindu and Muslim. So the policy they would adopt, that it would be divide and policy, this divide and rule policy they would be adopting in their future. Besides, we have seen the breakwaters of the storm in terms of talukdars and zemindars, or those rulers who really helped Britishers in suppression of the revolt of 1857. They followed the policy of appeasement towards those rulers. Is that? Then similar change would be seen in foreign policy. We will be discussing them one by one, but overall, these things would be done post 1858. These reorganizations, but now we'll be discussing them one by one. Thank you.